Gary Kelly. The bowls he delivers. Look at this final bowl. A toucher and the shot.
Wow. The inaugural Ultimate Bowls Championship has been a stunning success. The sport's best players have provided a world-class exhibition of bowls at its brilliant best.
Well, he likes this, Tappy. He's going to get the jack.
Oh, yes.
Jack.
Look at Fleming.
The players are excited. Look at that, they're loving it.
Today, we welcome you to the Moama Bowling Club for the much-anticipated finale at the third and final round of the $500,000 tournament. The Port Melbourne Borough Boyz face Team Exodas in a contest destined to take the sport to a new level. In bowls, it doesn't get any bigger than this. Our coverage proudly supported by Ryman Healthcare, Sports Centre, Aero Bowls and the Moama Bowling Club.
It's a pleasure to have your company as our finals coverage of the Ultimate Bowls Championship continues. Joining me now is one of the masterminds behind the Ultimate Bowls Championship, Rebecca Jelly. You've been looking at more innovative ways to, keep improving this game, and something exciting for 2020 is the Challenger event. Tell us all about that.
Oh, absolutely. This is something really special that we're excited to launch next year. So the Tuesday prior to each of our events, we have a Challengers qualification, and it means anybody can enter. You go to our website to register, and you've got a chance to be mixing it with the best.
How fantastic is that? So we could see you here on the Ultimate Bowls Championship rink in 2020. Let's get back to more finals action.
Thank you, Ebony and Rebecca. Hi, everyone. Great to have you with us as we welcome you to the Moama Bowling Club, the finale in this inaugural Ultimate Bowls Championship. There's the finals ladder, and of course today it's all about the Port Melbourne Borough Boyz as they prepare to face Team Exodas. What a match in prospect here, featuring 4 of the world's best players. We count down to the result of this match with no little expectation. The 2 semi-finals were absolute pearlers. Let's have a recap now of how these teams made the final. Wilson from the Altona Bowling Club won the Victorian State Triples way back in 2011 and then followed up with victory again in 2012. Look at this.
And another shot to the highlight reel. Down for the jack. High fives there with the boys. You can get down to the jack here, really just cover it up.
Expert comments from Chris Green with me in commentary, and this is looking good, really good.
There we go, 3 points for the toucher, 3 for the crossover, 6 in total, extends their lead. Well, gives them a lead now. They move along to 30. It is going to be big weight here. Nathan Wilson, he's in the area. Has he got the result? He has got the result. Even he's pushed his own through.
The Borough Boyz advance to the final.
Look at this. Omar's watching it. Lurch is chasing it. Getting it down to the bowl as well. He does. What a shot, Nathan Rice. If he can draw a second shot here, it'll be 15 points. Move him along to 61. And Dan and Only grab 3 points for third shot. What do we got? The boys are willing it in. They're willing it in all the way. Grabs onto that last shot bowl there, and it is first and second shot, 15 points, and look at that scoreboard.
You're watching coverage of the third and final round in the 2019 Ultimate Bowls Championship. Our coverage proudly presented by Ryman Healthcare, Sports Centre, Aero Bowls and the Moama Bowling Club. Thanks for being with us at the Moama Bowling Club. You've seen highlights of the semi-finals in that recap And now it is the Borough Boys against Team Exodas. Chris Green, it doesn't get any better than this.
No, absolutely not. The crowd's building. Brett Spur, Nathan Wilson, they're the Borough Boys, also known as the Party Boys, which I like to call them. They've been on fire throughout this tournament. They've really stepped up. They're going to need to step up once again if they're to beat this team. The Team Exodus, Aaron Sheriff, Nathan Rice, two of Australia's most decorated players. They did the big job in the semi-final, knocking out Dandenong. Many thought it wasn't possible after their run this year, but they're here in the final, the Borough Boys and Team Exodus.
Beautiful venue, love those aerial shots. Crowd starting to pour in anticipation for what will be, you would think, one of the best exhibitions of bowls in the history of this sport. $60,000 winners check up for grabs, and of course also the ultimate team to be announced at the conclusion of this match, and certainly that will be Dandenong Club, who did enough in this final round at Moama to wrap it up. And Nathan Rice, meanwhile, for Team Exodus, first player on the mat. He's been in sublime touch, as has Omar, or Aaron Sheriff, his teammate. But really, the Borough Boys, you can't help but describe their performance here. They've been the giant killers.
Absolutely. And Nathan Wilson, he's just a highlight reel. What his performances have been is every single game he's played big bowls at the right time. Set up by this man on screen in the TV matches, Brett Spur.
Former Australian sides champion, Brett.
Yeah, he's been a stalwart of the Victorian side for many years. He did have a little patch there, he retired, and he made a little bit of a comeback. But look, he's one of the stars for Victoria. Same with Nathan Wilson and the other two boys, both from Club Helensvale. Nathan Rice, Aaron Sheriff, representing Team Exodus here. And Lurch, Nathan Rice in his semi-final. What a display leading up against Barry Lester. He's going to need to do the same thing here again today because, as we know, the Borough Boys, they're on a roll.
Yeah, they certainly are, and they've captured the imagination of the spectators here too. Let's face it, everyone likes an underdog. The way they've been playing, they're anything but an underdog. They're a genuine contender in this final of the Ultimate Bowls Championship.
We often talk about the energy from teams, and they're just energy plus. Nathan Wilson, you know, as soon as he's chasing a bowl, he's in the area. These guys have been there and done it before. Aaron Sheriff, Nathan Rice. They've done it on the big stage before. There's been no pressure there. But look, I think the Borough Boys, they're just going out there to enjoy themselves. That's what they have been doing throughout the finals, and it's been working for them. They're just enjoying each other's company, and the bowls are coming along.
Agreed. Beautiful facility here at Moama. This venue will once again host the grand final of the 2020 Ultimate Bowls Championship in December. As we walk down the rink with that wonderful Steadicam camera, gives you an entirely different perspective. Need to reiterate that the opening round of the 2020 Championship, as you look at that replay, comes up at Deer Park, April 2 and 3. Not far away.
Huge shot there from Brett Spur. And it's one of the biggest opportunities in this match, playing with your third bowl as a lead. Aaron Sheriff down here in his forehand, looking for the jack, just high of the jack. We go back to Brett Spur's last bowl. The last bowl from a lead on any end is one of the most important. If you can get down and get a toucher and also hold the shot, it's worth 6 points, so it's a big bowl in the context of the match. 6-0 to start off with, but every time the last lead to go, their bowl, it's absolutely crucial.
You've got 4 players on the rink here, Chris, that will undoubtedly rise to the occasion. They've all been in situations before where handling the pressure of the occasion is paramount for success. So I don't think anyone's going to lose the plot as a result of the pressure of the occasion.
No, Aaron Sheriff going again here on his forehand. Nathan Rice is looking at it. Is he going to get down enough? Once again, the same line, just sliding past. Very good head set up here for the Borough Boys. Holding first and second shot. Third shot the way of Exodus. Still 2 bowls to go from this man, Nathan Wilson. Well, looks might be a bit too quick again. He was trying to pull it.
He's apologised to his teammate already. Coming back slightly.
Well, if he lands, just doesn't want to fatten the target up. Well, there's still holes there. So they're holding an ultimate end to start with here. Aaron Sheriff back to the draw on his backhand. First 2 runners on the forehand. Oh, Nathan Rice is watching it. Well, he's willing it on now. He needs it to run. Needs it to run. What a great shot, Aaron Sheriff.
Precision.
Just down the ultimate end. After 2 runners, changes hands, draws a shot. Big weight here. Nathan Wilson, what's he got? He's got the jack straight through. As we see the excitement there, he's pumping himself up, he's pumping his teammates spur up, he's pumping the crowd up. The jack, did it go out? Will it be respotted? Yes, it's going to be respotted. So it looks like it's a definite shot to the Borough Boys. You'll get 3 points because of the toucher with the last bowl. Looks like the measure here. Big weight we see from Wilson. We've seen it plenty times before. He watches it, and about to jump as soon as it hits the jack, as is Brett Spur.
Great replay. The emotion.
Yep.
And ran down the other end to spur his teammate Brett on.
Yeah, I like that one.
Sorry about that. I couldn't resist. All right, so great start here at Moama for the Port Melbourne Borough Boys.
Thanks, guys. The Borough Boys have set the pace in that first end. Let's see if Team Exodus can return fire when we come back with more from the Ultimate Bowls Championship.
Kelvin Kirk, who's the most annoying person you've met in bowls, and what did Steve Glasson do to deserve that crown?
It's got to be Glasson because he used to have hair and now he's got no hair, and he's one of those guys that makes all these promises and sometimes just doesn't deliver.
I'm an interviewer that gets upset when people talk about hair for obvious reasons.
Well, it's the way it is. As you get older, you lose it all.
A fact of life. What's your favourite all-time movie?
Perfect Storm.
What music are you listening to at the moment?
U2. Favourite rock band, love them. Just seen them in Brisbane 3 weeks ago.
What's your favourite U2 song?
Mate, they've got too many. I don't know. Beautiful Day.
Who's the hottest female sports star on the planet?
Oh, I would say Stephanie Gilmore.
If you could invite 3 people over for dinner, who would they be? Any 3 people?
Any 3 people? Roger Federer. Michael Clark. And don't know.
Apart from the national coach and your great buddy Steve Glasson, what else annoys you in life?
Not getting the opportunity to go fishing as much as I'd like.
Most frustrating person in bowls?
Oh, it's a tricky one. I'll say Mark Casey.
Who's your stereotypical movie star? If you had the chance to appear as the leading male actor in a blockbuster, what would the theme of the movie be? Action, comedy?
Always action. I'm a bit of a Sylvester Stallone fan.
Do you think you're Rambo now?
No, I wish I was.
Well, the atmosphere is building at the Moama Bowling Club. Welcome back to our coverage of the finale in the inaugural Ultimate Bowls Championship. The Port Melbourne Borough Boys, I described them as the giant killers in this round of the tournament. Earlier on today's show, gee, look at that, 24-3. They are setting a cracking pace, Chris Green.
Yeah, 2 big bowls there from the skippers. Aaron Sheriff with his last drawing shot after 2 runners on his forehand. He swaps over the backhand. Then Nathan Wilson, we call him the highlight reel, the human highlight reel, delivered once again. Last bowl, gets the jack out of bounds, gets the toucher, respot, gets first and second shot, and then follow up with third shot.
You're describing Wilson as the human highlights reel. In the remainder of this game, he wants to become the human headline and create some front page newspaper space for his team. Well on the way too.
Yeah, opportunity for all 4 players to stamp their mark on this final, but at the moment it's all Borough Boys, 24-6. This needs to be a bounce back end here for Team Exodus. As we know, only 5 ends per match in the UBC. There's an opportunity to score with every single bowl. Courtesy of scoring a toucher, you get 3 points. Once the leads cross over, whichever team is holding shots, a further 3 points. The conclusion of end, first shot is worth 10 points, second shot 5, and third shot 3 points. You get first, second and third, you get 18 points, and it's the ultimate end.
And we've not seen that happen that many times, really, in the inaugural staging of this championship. I mean, the ultimate end.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
they've been a few times in our television matches, anyway.
Yeah, I think a lot of conversions from the skips. They've really been on top of that, setting up the heads well.
So the battle continues, and the Borough Boys setting the pace. Holding first and second. And Team Exodus, they won't be panicking. Long way to go. Anything's possible. Two great players.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. These two are greats of the game. Plenty of room here for Nathan Rice. Really needs to draw this, as he will. And that'll be 3 shots to Exodus. They move along to 9 now. The margin just 15. As we know, plenty of points on offer in this format of the match.
Man on screen, Aaron Sheriff, has been one of the sport's really high-profile male players over the last 5 years or so.
Yeah, like when I was growing up, Tabby, it was Steve Glasson. A lot of the people who weren't into bowls still knew Steve Glasson. I think now there is a lot more bowlers known. However, Aaron Sheriff's one of those names. Is a catchy name as well, the Sheriff. So
Yeah.
a lot of people who are non-bowlers still know Aaron Sheriff.
Particularly around the Central Coast in New South Wales, where he hails from.
100%. Good shot here from Aaron as well. Just outside the line, but still holding first and second. That's what they need to do here. They need to bounce back. But this man on screen, he's been stopping teams from bouncing back all week.
He's really good for the sport. Here's Nathan Wilson, represents the Altona Bowling Club in domestic competition. Him and Barry Lester actually have similar characteristics in terms of their and what they bring to the game with energy.
Yeah, they're both entertainers, that's for sure. Aaron Sheriff nice and quick on the mat here. That's generally a really good sign. A little bit of a trot behind his bowl. Okay, now Nathan Rice is wheeling on. Can you get just past the jack and hide away a little bit? Great shot there, Aaron Sheriff.
They're happy with that. Receive acclamation from the crowd.
Now the opportunity here is you could try and draw down there confident. If you land the bowl, we trail the jack, you can almost get the ultimate end yourself. Currently down ultimate end though. So plenty of pressure here. Nathan Wilson, we've seen what he can deliver with his last bowl before, over and over again. Well, he's missed an opportunity here. So it still looks to be definitely first and second. Whether he's rolled that in enough to grab third shot, I don't think so. So currently, Team Exodus holding the ultimate end. Aaron Sheriff can just put the icing on the cake here with a little bit of a toucher, which will be a further 3 points, but doesn't want to move the jack too far.
The man affectionately known as Omar. Aaron Sheriff. Like mentioned too, the 2020 edition of the Ultimate Bowls Championship will see 26 teams enter the competition, 2 more than 2019.
As we see a replay here, Nathan Rice setting things up. Gets that toucher, getting them back on the board with some points there. So that was a 3 point there. They got 3 points at the crossover as well. And they finished off with first, second and third shot, even as much as Brett Spur tried his heart with his own efforts there. Still an ultimate end to Team Exodus, and they're right back in it.
How fantastic was that? Team Exodus taking the lead. This game is bowl for bowl, which is exactly what we love about the Ultimate Bowls Championship. More right after this.
You're watching coverage of the third and final round in the 2019 Ultimate Bowls Championship. Our coverage proudly presented by Ryman Healthcare, Sports Centre, Aero Bowls and the Moama Bowling Club.
And number 3 is next as we welcome you back to the Moama Bowling Club, and the battle continues in the finale of the Ultimate Bowls Championship in front of a very good crowd here. The corporate areas are chockers. Everyone having a great time. The scoreline indicates the closeness of the battle. 27 plays 24. Team Exodus showing their fighting qualities and experience under pressure. They trailed by a big margin early on, Chris, but now lead by 3.
Yeah, the beauty of the UBC and the points on offer. You can have quick change-arounds like that. And all it was Nathan Wilson, just one end that he wasn't on. He wasn't creating another highlight to add to the reel there. Look, 27-24. Exodus in front now. Let's see what the Borough Boys, how they can fight, because they did have that big margin, as mentioned, after the first end, but what a super end it was from Aaron Sheriff, Nathan Rice team Exodus.
Spur nearly coming up with a touch-up. It was very close. And now Nathan Rice delivers. His teammate watchful. And that is not too shabby.
Yeah, it's one of the things here with the UBC is, well, it's almost with all bowls. Sometimes you want to leave holes, especially when people are playing an attacking game. But look, you'd rather have them close than not, that's for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt. That's your insurance policy, if you like.
Okay, what will Aaron ask for here? Just try and beat his own, get around that. Anything past the jack's good here. Already holding the shot, so it will be a further 3 points unless Spur can land the bowl or move that jack. It's a handy bowl there. Round to the spot. Yes, he does have the spot now. I think Spur will keep the same sort of weight here. Lands the bowl, trails the jack. Trails the jack, he'd be in a real good spot too.
Spur plays for the St Kilda Bowling Club in Melbourne.
Just missing under there. Still opportunities though. There's a nice pack of bowls there for the Borough Boys, but further 3 points as you see bottom left of screen there. Exodus move along to 30. Lead 30-24. So interesting. You do have that opportunity to score with every bowl. Borough Boys were 24 after the first end, so they went through the whole second end without scoring a point.
Yeah, bizarre really in the context of how they've performed in this round of the championship. And the fun and games in the stands. The corporates might be having a bit more fun than the folk on the other side.
Good shot, mate.
So 30-24, sorry.
That is a really good shot there from Nathan Wilson. He covers that gap up, but the main thing is he gets second shot. He was down first, second, third again. If they were to drop an ultimate end here, it'd be a long way back for the boys, especially the confidence of Team Exodus. But let's see what Nathan Wilson can do here. He's got second shot, keeps down. He can just play something similar, just a bowl higher.
He wouldn't have been overly happy with his second end, but he'll overcome that.
Well, there's the trot. Is he going to get down enough here? No. I like that weight though. It's really good weight. Gives plenty of opportunities there. There is that pack now right at the back. Depends how adventurous he can get. What happens after Aaron Sheriff's bowl? His final bowl of this third end, the halfway mark. His 5-end final.
Man on screen, winning 2 silver medals at the 2018 Commonwealth Games in triples and fours competition.
Great effort there from Sheriff. He lands that bowl really good, but he's got a good little spot anyway. Okay, what can Nathan Wilson deliver here for the Borough Boys? Currently first and third shot to Exodus, which would grab him 13 points. And just second shot to Borough Boys worth 5 points. Nathan Wilson needs to deliver here for the Borough Boys. Can he wrestle back the lead with this bowl? He seems to like it a little bit more this time.
Yeah, the trot's more like a canter.
The boys are cheering it on. He hit the right part of the jack. He does. What a great shot. Well, it's 3 points guaranteed for the toucher. 10 points for first shot. This will be interesting to see who has got second and third shot.
What about the crowd involvement now?
What it means, though, it means another lead change here. No matter who wins this measure, it is for second and third shot.
It's amazing how many times in this tournament the third end has been pivotal in the complexion of the game changing.
Yeah, well, this match is incredible. First end, Exodus had to struggle, and it was all Borough Boys. And then Exodus bounced back with Aaron Sheriff's 3 bowls. And then this last end, Nathan Wilson. Exodus looked in control the whole end. And it was this final bowl, as you see on screen here, a big toucher. The boys were willing it on. And what a shot it was. Great slow-mo replay there. The Borough Boys have hit the lead once again, but it's all up to Exodus to fight back after the break.
You're watching coverage of the third and final round in the 2019 Ultimate Bowls Championship. Our coverage proudly presented by Ryman Healthcare, Sports Centre, Aero Bowls and the Moama Bowling Club.
Well, great to have your company. Fasten your seatbelt and enjoy the ride as we approach the business end in this, the final round of the Ultimate Bowls Championship. It is end number 4, the penultimate end. And this has been some game so far, living right up to the hype and expectations.
Yeah, it's all about which side can gain the ascendancy, because it's been the Borough Boys starting off, then Exodus fighting back. Borough Boys there in that last end, big bowl from Nathan Wilson. Can Exodus bounce back here? As we know, there's only one end to go after this. Great start there from Brett Spur. A big end here from the Borough Boys, we might see. It'll be a little bit hard for the Exodus, but the way the match is going, expect Exodus to fire here this end.
Yeah, seesawing battle. It was the Borough Boys leading. Exodus came back, and of course the Borough Boys in the third end came back again. So touch to the team Exodus.
What a great final, just 2 points in it. 40-38, the way of the Borough Boys. Really good opening bowl there from Nathan Rice. Got behind it, grabbed a toucher. But Brett Spur in the area with really good weight. Nothing bad about those two bowls.
Well, certainly the players have well and truly come to terms with the format that this championship introduced in its first year.
Wow, just looking to get down to that bowl. He slides past, but all good. All bowls past the jack at this stage. And that's what you want, especially in these crucial final ends. As we've seen with the two skips as well. They know where the jack is. They can always find it, get a bit of movement on it.
Now look at Wilson down on his knees, watchful as ever.
Yeah, Brett Spur giving it a chance there. If there's no movement of the jack or shot bowl, it will be another lead change, and that will be Exodus hitting the front once again. Doesn't want to hit it and land out. Well, he's just going to flop out. Bit of a bigger target there now for Nathan Wilson, but it's 3 points, 41-40.
If it should happen to go to the fifth end with a close scoreline, impossible to predict the outcome. For fantastic players, it's anyone's.
There's a pack of bowls there. Aaron Sheriff, get down here, put the pressure on. Okay, Nathan Rice, is wheeling this bowl in. Wheeling it in even further. Gets past that front, he does. Great shot, Aaron Sheriff. There's still a bit of a target there. So whether he plays weight or just that nice little weight to try and move the jack. Currently down the ultimate end. Once again, end 4, the even ends, and Exodus are in control of this end.
Wilson looking to come up with some magic of his own.
He needs to get down here. He's going to miss. Well, I think Aaron Sheriff, he's really got to try and cover, whether he covers the back or covers the pack. He just asked his partner, Nathan Rice, about the back, the tee, and Nathan just said no, one down, so better off going to the pack here.
He's got that look, hasn't he? Look at him on the inset.
Okay, here we go. Final bowl, and Nathan Wilson's going big here. Big weight on the back end. Nathan Wilson, what's he got? He's chasing, he's got the jack. Great shot there, toucher. So there's 3 points. He's run straight through in the ditch. Look at the boys. They're going off.
I wish he'd stop holding back and have a good time.
Well, what a shot that was. Down the ultimate end. Currently looks like they're holding first and second shot. So this man, Aaron Sheriff, what can he deliver here for Exodus? He's still watching it. Rice is wheeling it in. Can he get off that bowl and fall in? Well, it's going to be maybe a measure. I don't think Rice likes it. Just needed that, find that gap clearly there. Big weight, Nathan Wilson, and what a shot it was to get the jack. You can just see him when he chased it. He's in the air there. He almost ran through and got the back orange bowl. He was lucky to produce one of his through as well.
He almost ran through the backing board.
Yeah, it's a big shot. Look at that. Big leap in the air. We've seen that quite often on this rink throughout the finals. Okay, we're going to get the umpire out here now. As you would. $60,000 for the winner.
Yeah, there's a bit up for grabs.
43-41. Heading into this measure from the umpire.
No shortage of tension here. The penultimate end, only a couple of points in it. 60 grand awaits at the conclusion of N5. Okay. It has been an absolute screamer, this game. The world's watching the umpire. Our television pitches going to about 24 countries.
And here comes the decision. It looks like shot bowl there to the Borough Boys. So they're going to push away a little bit here. Still an end to go.
Team Exodus and the Port Melbourne Borough Boys have played sensationally here at the Moama Bowling Club, but there can only be one winner. We'll find out who that is when we return with more from the Ultimate Bowls Championship.
You're watching coverage of the third and final round in the 2019 Ultimate Bowls Championship. Our coverage proudly presented by Ryman Healthcare, Sports Centre, Aero Bowls and the Moama Bowling Club.
Welcome back. The duel in the crown of the Ultimate Bowls Championship. Final end. Final round of its inaugural season. What an outstanding success it has been. And the Port Melbourne Borough Boys lead by 10. Incredible performance. They've come from nowhere, really, when you take form into account in the previous two rounds. Very entertaining, great for the game.
Yeah, they've really stepped it up here at Moama Event 3. Inaugural year of the UBC. They lead by 10 with one end remaining. But in their way, Nathan Rice, Aaron Sheriff, Team Exodus. We've seen the score change over and over again in this match, so get ready. It could happen again here. Team Exodus just 10 points behind, and that's just shot bowl. That's shot bowl at the conclusion of an end.
Another mention, Chris, about the opening round of the 2020 Championship. Deer Park near Melbourne, April 2 and 3. Can't wait for that. Number of new teams involved, new faces.
Well, there we go. Fist pumps, as you see in set there. Brett Spur, he knows how big that is. That's a further 3 points. Extends the lead to 13.
That's a fair start. In the pressure cooker of the final end. You can hear a pin drop now.
Yes. It's been music and crazy atmosphere all night. Almost like a big party here at Moama, but they know how big this final end is. It's probably the first time the actual players can hear each other speaking from one end of the green to the other.
That is true. So Spur.
He really doesn't want to change it too much.
Geez, they've started well.
Well, it gives a little bit of a shelf now for Exodus. So where his first bowl was sitting, his second bowl was sitting, Spur, which was a toucher, was sitting in a really good spot. It was sort of covering the jack a little bit. Now he's given a little bit of a shelf now for this man, Nathan Rice. And both boys like it. What's he going to get? Is he going to hurry for the bowl, turn it over? Well, he's turned it onto the jack. Unfortunately, it's gone a second roll, which means Borough Boyz will still hold shot in a further 3 points. They move along to 62. Well, now this margin. Well, you've got Aaron Sheriff and you've got a margin of 16, so anything is still possible.
What about the tension?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, everything has just changed here at Moama, this final end. And it's been a party all week. Every single match in this final series. The atmosphere's been blowing the roof off. Now, it's all in a little huddle. Everyone's nice and quiet. Aaron Sheriff, what's he got here? 16 points. Needs to change something up here. If he can draw a little toucher down the line. Unfortunately, he's just short of the jack. Creating a couple of different angles, but as you see there, trails that jack 6 inches down the line. He'll hold an ultimate end, but he'll also pick up 3 points for drawing the jack.
The Borough Boyz, Chris, they've got one hand on the trophy.
Yeah, mate. Come on. Come on. Down.
They want both hands on the check.
Yes, it's a big check, $60,000. Okay, Aaron Sheriff, he needs another 1.5 foot of weight here. Can even work off that front blue bowl. The crowd, wait on. He's following it. The boys are communicating now. Well, it just looks like it's going to drop on him. He finishes once again that good little spot there, so still opportunities. Both bowlers, Nathan Wilson, Aaron Sheriff, 1 bowl remaining each in this final. UBC event number 3, Borough Boyz leading 62-46 over Team Exodas. The Borough Boyz, what a ride it's been throughout the finals.
Just 2 bowls left in the championship. What a success it has been. Well done to Mark Casey and his crew. Bringing this to fruition so quickly, an extraordinary effort.
Come on, mate.
Borough Boyz. Can they go down in history?
Well, there is an opportunity here for Aaron Sheriff. Those 2 boys shake hands. They're very happy with their performances. They've done all they can do. 16 points here. Needs an ultimate end. What a way that'd be to finish the UBC event number 3 with an ultimate end to clinch the title. Well, he needs it to hurry. Needs it to hurry. It's not going to hold. And that it is. The Borough Boyz are the champions. UBC event number 3. Round of applause by all 4 players because it was a fantastic effort. Not just in this match, but throughout the whole event and into the finals. There we see the corporate areas. Those 2 players on screen, Spur and Nathan Wilson. What a job they have done. Johnny McCarron, he jumps out of the crowd. He's the 3rd player of the Borough Boyz, and the Borough Boyz will now transform into the party boys this evening.
Will they ever? Extraordinary effort. I think I know where they'll be going, and there's every chance we'll be there too. Outstanding. We'll head down to Georgia White in just a moment to hear from the players as we look at a replay montage of Spur and the contribution he made in that final end. He was rock solid throughout, wasn't he? Congratulations to the Port Melbourne Borough Boyz. What an effort.
I am here with the Borough Boyz, and what a victory right down to the wire. Talk us through the last end.
Look, we had a couple of points up on him, so we just had to just get him close and hope for luck.
Was it nervous watching on the sideline, Johnny?
Not at all. I never played one bad bowl the whole final series, so I was pretty chuffed with my performance. But it was pretty nerve-wracking watching the boys, especially with the quality opposition they were playing. It was tough every end, of course.
A fantastic performance by the Port Melbourne Borough Boyz. A big thank you also to Georgia White, a fine player in her own right, who did a great job on the interviews throughout our television coverage of the inaugural Ultimate Bowls Championship. As you look at the results of the finals, we now have to, of course, mention the fact that Dandenong Club have in fact been awarded the ultimate team in the inaugural competition. Well done to that mighty club on a fantastic performance with 3 great players. And congratulations also to Warilla's Aaron Tees for winning the Golden Touch Award here at Moama. What a season it has been, Chris.
Yeah, big season, Tappy, and look, plenty of highlights. And what we're going to do now, before we leave you, is show you some of the season highlights. But a big thank you to yourself and everyone else involved with the UBC, all the franchises, all the players, and all 3 host events. Can't wait to see you again at Deer Park for round 1 in 2020.
Kelvin, this is the only format in bowls where you can have 1 bowl to go, you're 11 behind on the scoreboard, you still got a chance. Let's watch it, let's see what he can do.
Well, here we go, 61-50. He needs 10 points, remember, to win this match. He's got to draw the shot. Well, he's so close. Have a look at this, Gary. Well,
the toucher. He falls over Barry Lester. Look at him, he loves it. I can't wait to see what these last 2 bowls produce here, Case. Dandenong, what a mark they've made on the UBC. Last bowl here from Gary Kelly. Smiles already on the faces of the boys here. And look, the celebrations begin. Dandenong Club are the first ever UBC event champions. And look at the boys celebrating there.
What does he have in store for us? It's been magic so far.
The boys are still watching it. Generally, that's a good sign. Is he going to hold up for the bowl? Through the gap, Barry Lester. Oh, Kelly. Look,
well, that's it.
Boys are already partying.
That's it.
Needs an ultimate end. What a way that'd be to finish the UBC event number 3 with an ultimate end to clinch the title. But he needs it to hurry. Needs it to hurry. It's not going to hold. And that it is. The Borough Boys are the champions. UBC event number 3. Round of applause by all 4 players because it was a fantastic effort. Not just in this match, but throughout the whole event and into the finals.